Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing another new news video, just going over some of the items and things that I've somewhat mistakenly bought just before Christmas because I'm an idiot. But yeah, I mean I didn't intend or intentionally sort of say, you know, I'm going to buy quite a few bits and pieces before Christmas. But yeah, originally I was going to combine all of the things that I've got here. I know it doesn't look like much, but there's two other items that I haven't put on the floor because they'll get sort of mucky on the floor and that of my bedroom. But yeah, originally what I was saying was that I was going to add all these items to my, what is usually my Christmas New Year's sort of episode thing of sorts, which obviously would go across the items and different things that I got on Christmas. However, I would give a bit of a disclaimer and say, you know, these were the things that I, bought, and that out of my own pocket, but then these were other things that I got from family and friends and so on, and that, but the reason why I'm doing it now is just because I was getting a bit concerned and worried that it looked like I'd got a shit ton of stuff, and that, if I included these things in that video as well. So yeah, firstly, I've got two new, t-shirts. I got this Kirby one, design t-shirt, which is nice and cute, and I assume says Kirby in Japanese and that, so, you know, I'd open it up, but for the fact that I can't really fold it back into the way that it is now, so, you know, and my mum goes ballistic if they're not, you know, like that, ideally. And then, so I got that one from a website called QWERTY online, that I get a lot of my t-shirts from, and then I got this one from Game, in town. And it is the Rick and Morty Anatomy Park t-shirt from season 1, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember which episode. Specifically, it's like episode 2 or 3, I think, in season 1. But it's definitely a season 1 episode. Really good episode. Love that episode. But yeah, that was $12.99. Quite expensive for a t-shirt. But yeah. Next up, previous video to this one should hopefully, if I upload them correctly, be the review of this figure, so of this recording you should have hopefully, if you watch all my content, which, you know, hopefully you do, I, as I say, have hopefully reviewed this figure, and that, I was originally going to pick it up at Amazon, but then it went up to like 30 quid, and I'm not paying 30 quid for just a action figure, so I paid, I can't remember how much I paid like over a tenner maybe for it, but hopefully I think less than 20 quid, so anywhere between sort of 10 or 11, anywhere between 11 and 19 quid for this figure, so which I think is a bit more reasonable personally, considering how rare this variant of the Doctor is. And what's really good though is that I actually found a place on my display, where I display my 4th Doctor action figures, and that I actually found a place to actually put him on there, so that's nice. So I actually have room for him to be part of the other 4th Doctor people. Yeah. So I got that, and then also this fez, because the fez, the reason why I picked that up was because the last time I wore my 11th Doctor cosplay was because the this bit, the tassel, the bit kind of came off and that, so I kind of wanted a new one, seeing as that one got somewhat damaged. But the thing was, like, the person who delivered it, the delivery man, just chucked it through the letterbox thing, so it actually kind of got damaged as well, which is annoying. Granted, it didn't say that it was like a delicate item type thing, and that, but still kind of annoying. But yeah, so I've got a new fez for my 11th Doctor costume, which is good, but then the tweed jacket that I have is quite a tight squeeze at this point in time. So I kind of need an upgrade on that as well, so that should have probably been the priority, then the Fez, because the Fez is the easier one to get out of the two, so that only cost me like anywhere between 3 and 5 quid maybe on Amazon. And then, so I got the Fez, I got the action figure, 4th Doctor regenerated action figure, as well as this Switch Pro controller, which, yeah, I adore the design of this. This is just insane. I mean, you know, you've got, in contrast to the regular Switch Pro controller, and I might add, I've bought all this myself. This is all out of my own pocket, so, you know, before anyone thinks that I'm uber spoiled or anything. But, yeah, what was I going to say? Forgotten what I was going to say now. But yeah, all these things obviously came recently-ish, and that, because of this recording, it is the 19th of December, I think. It's a Wednesday, my dudes. It is Wednesday, basically. But yeah, I'm gonna ideally upload this tomorrow on Thursday. But yeah, I really love the Splatoon 2 Switch Pro controller. I haven't used it a lot, but I adore it because of the colour. Neon pink and neon green, really vibrant colours, really match the sort of vibrant ink splatters of and vibe of Splatoon 2, really, and also just the awesome decals and indentations of like splats and whatever else on the actual controller and that. My only criticism would be that the analog sticks aren't, in contrast to my regular one, aren't obviously as broken into, so they're quite stiff still. And that the analog sticks, whereas obviously on the regular Switch Pro controller, they're not as much. They're a lot more looser and a lot more sort of easier to use. But then again, it probably doesn't help that I've been, as of late, been playing quite a bit of Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus on Switch. So, so I haven't actually been using the analog sticks. I've actually been using the D-pad and the buttons. But yeah, it's even detailed on the back as well of the thing with splats and just different emblems and logo-y things from the actual game, which is just awesome. Definitely highly recommend buying that if you're a big fan of Splatoon 2. And it's kind of fitting as well. I purchased this and got this just as I hit 200 hours into the game as well. So yeah, hopefully some of the money also goes back to the people who designed and made Splatoon 2, I would hope, because it's a phenomenal game, surprisingly enough. And then the last thing that I bought today of this recording from HMV in town was Avengers Infinity War, because, you know, it's an amazing film. I know I heard somewhere on Facebook there was a headline on Facebook saying like Netflix are going to put Avengers Infinity War on Netflix on Christmas Day, but I was like, okay, cool, I could watch that then on Christmas, but then there's like a shit ton of other stuff that I'd rather watch or do that day or whatever else, you know. I find it highly unlikely that I would actually watch this film then. And also, obviously, things on Netflix, as great as they are being on Netflix, the thing is, I still would buy physical versions of things, such as Avengers Infinity War, because obviously I can watch this in like 3 years' time, whereas obviously this on Netflix won't be there in 3 years' time. I find it highly unlikely anyway. But yeah, I was also very much torn between getting Doctor Strange, which I did watch, ironically, on Netflix, because that was only like $6.99, whereas this was $12.99, but then, as I said to my mum, whilst we were in town, you know, this is kind of the best of both worlds, because if I can even find him, there he is. Doctor Strange is in this, so, you know, it's, as I say, it's best of both worlds, so yeah. Those were the different things that I got, so, you know, over December, the month of December and that. And, as I say, there will be another new news video coming shortly, obviously going over the bits and pieces and different merchandise and things that I will get in on even maybe sort of words Christmas. So yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.